Hi guys, how are you? A couple weeks ago, I did a vlog on me paying off $60,000 of our debt in 3 years, and just the basic reflection, looking back on what we did and realizing how much money I was able to pay off in that amount of time. It was amazing. So a viewer said, well, how did you do it? You don't explain it in your vlog. And that's true. I was going to write an article about it, but you know what? I vlog better than I write. So I was going to go ahead and tell you all. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to glance over here because I had to write everything down because I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my list. Okay, so first and foremost, we decided to refinance the car. We have a 2008 Volvo S40, and that is the car that I drive. When my husband met me, when he started dating me, he knew that I was going to be the person that he was going to marry. So when he bought the car, he was buying it with me in mind. So the Volvo S40 is a cute woman's car, in my opinion, because it's small. it's kind of feminine. But that car came with a $550 a month price tag on it at 13.99% interest. What we did was we decided to call up the bank and have the bank refinance it. Now by this point in time, we were like 4 or 5 years into paying off this car. And the person on the phone was like, well, we can do a payment of $200 for X amount of years, or we can do like somewhere between $150 and $190 for the next 6 years. So my husband said, go for that. And I was like, what? He was like, no, go for that. He said, my wife's going to pay it off within the next year or two, so I'm not really worried about it, but we'll just go ahead and go with the lower amount. That way you can use more money to pay off the bills. Well, that made sense to me, of course. So we wound up refinancing the car, I shouldn't say house. We refinanced the car for the lower rate, and then we used that money to start paying off the IRS. So I started hitting that IRS really hard. We had a monthly payment, I believe, to them about $275, and I went at them with like 500 plus every single month trying to pay them off. So we finally got them out of the way. Another thing we did was actually refinance the house. I believe our rate was somewhere around 4.25 when we started, and we got it down to like 3.732. So we refinanced the house to get a lower rate. So we did wound up extending the life of the mortgage, but we also reduced the amount of the total note that we were paying every month. So our house payment's lower. So we did a refinance. Another thing we did was balance transfers. And basically, my husband, for some reason, the credit cards that he holds, they don't want to reduce his interest rate on those credit cards. And it drives me up a wall. So whenever that credit card would get outrageously high, like if he would bump up against his limit or anything like that, I would balance transfer it out. And basically what that is my credit card companies, because I was a shopaholic and I wanted one of everything. So I have credit cards with all these different companies. And so those companies would offer me balance transfers at 0% interest, but those always come with a fee. So it's a 3% fee that I was paying on them, or $5, whichever was the least. So I was usually paying a 3% fee. I would have a balance transfer for at least a 12-month to 18-month period. And the way I decided whether or not I would take it, because I get them constantly and I don't want to get stuck in the trap of balance transferring, because you can balance transfer forever and the fees can keep increasing, and then you owe more and more money. So what I did was I made sure I gave myself enough time between one thing that was coming due and what would be the balance transfer. Otherwise, I just leave it on the card that it was on and just handle it later. So say I own my furniture and the interest rate is going up. The interest is going to hit on that furniture in the next 3 to 4 months. But I'm close to paying off that furniture, but this stuff over here is costing me because I'm having to shell out this money there, this money here, and I could use that money better over with the balance transfer. Over with the furniture. So I would balance transfer that money off of those cards that are sucking all the extra money away from me and reduce it from 3 payments down to 1 payment for that credit card that I now have the balance transfer on, and then aim everything at that furniture and pay it off before the interest started to accrue on that. So we get that paid off, and then we turn around and we go full speed on the balance transfer, and we will pay the balance transfer off. Another way that I saved money was cutting the cable. People think I'm crazy. How do you live without cable? I don't understand. What does your husband think? How does he even function? One, my husband doesn't watch sports. The only way I can get him to watch sports is to physically turn on the TV to a football game and leave it on there. With that, we have local channels with the football game that we watch. So that is the only way I get him to watch sports. He does not voluntarily go plop in front of the TV and watch sports. He is a a student for life, basically. He likes learning things, so he would much rather be on his computer learning something new. So I didn't have to worry about that. The other thing was he only watches the news. So when he thought about it, he was like, you know what? Half the time the TV is out because the signal can't get through, or there's something wrong, or we need some new box and they need to charge us this and that. So I don't even want it anymore. So we called and canceled it. We were done with them. So we got rid of that. But it didn't leave us with, oh my gosh, you have nothing. What do you do all day? You just watch educational stuff. We have YouTube. We have Amazon. We have Apple TV, which runs our Netflix. We have HBO Go. We also have, did I say Hulu? I think I said Hulu. So we have a plethora of choices. I mean, we have lots of choices. Hulu runs at $7.99. Netflix runs at $9.99. Amazon Prime is $100 a year, which breaks down to about $6.95 a month. I get Prime Movies, Prime Television. I get Prime Music, which is millions and millions. I have stations on my phone and I don't have to listen to commercials. It's just music. Lyrics included. It's fabulous, by the way. I'm not pushing that, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I have all of that, plus YouTube. I don't pay anything for YouTube. I just enjoy it. So that's another thing we did. I reduced my hair appointments. So you all see my hair and everything. I reduced the amount of time that I would go get my hair done. So my hair will be in the curly state most days. It's either down or up, but curly. But I would just leave it like that and only go get my hair done once every 6 weeks or once every 4 weeks or something like that. Like, I just reduced the amount of visits I was having to my hair salon. The other thing we would do, we would cancel subscriptions. I'd cancel subscriptions to my organic food place. I canceled subscriptions to magazines. I mean, anything I could think of, I would cancel that subscription. Newspapers, I used to coupon, and I was a real big couponer, but the thing about me and couponing, I burn out. So I burned out on it, and I kept the paper for as long as I could, and I was like, okay, cut it back to 2, cut it back to 1, cut it off. So I cut off getting the paper, so I reduced my expenses like that. We went on cash for a while, a long while. We were just 100% cash. So if we ran out of cash, there was no going out to eat at all. You know, when you're at work and people want to go out and things like that, where I am, it's anywhere from $9 up. $8 up. Let me correct that. I can get a meal for $8. But yeah, it's $8 up. And where he likes to go, he spends anywhere from 12 up on his lunch. So we would have to cancel lunches. We were 100% cash. If we couldn't pay in cash, we just didn't go. That was it. Our cash was there. He has an account. I have an account. We have an account together. Play money, bills. That's it. I I would use my bonuses. So anytime I got bonuses, I would divide a percentage of my bonus out, and I would send that money to pay off the bills, and I would give us some money to play with. Like I would take him out to dinner. I'm not going to tell you what I used to call him, but he would be mine for the day, and I would treat him. So I would take him out to a nice dinner and stuff like that with my bonus, but I would use the majority of it to pay off bills, and I may buy us something nice, or I used to buy him something nice with the bonuses before I decided to go whole hog on paying off the bills. Let's see. I would send birthday money to debt. So someone would give me, like my mother would give me $50. If she gave me $50 in a check, I'd divide that in half, send $25 to debt. If she gave me a gift card, I would do the same thing. So the money that I would have wasted, I would use that and send it off to the debt. The other thing, which I strongly don't encourage, but if you got to do what you got to do, it is what it is. I reduced my 401k contributions. Now, you know how the company will match you up to X dollars, and the smart thing to do is to take that match. At some points, I will reduce my contributions to nothing. Now that puts you in the highest tax bracket possible, and you're getting hit with everything that they have as far as Uncle Sam in your pocket, digging down deep. That's why I don't suggest it. But it gave me a little extra money. So eventually, I did increase it back to 2%, then 4%. Then 6%, and I don't know where I'm at right now. Like I have an automatic increaser on my 401k that basically says, okay, I know that the annual reviews come around at this time, increase my contribution so I don't see it come out of my paycheck. And I think that's it. So those are a lot of the things that we did in order to try to pay off our debt in the last 3 years. Like I said, we still have the student loan to go, and I just wanted to let you all know, hopefully give you all some encouragement. If you all decide to do this, remember to seek a financial advisor, some type of financial counseling to see what works best for you. I just did a hodgepodge and threw stuff at the wall to see what would stick. And this is where we are right now. This is a lot of hustling, a lot of saving, a lot of scrounging and scrimping and scraping. But we are at a point today where we're down to these the student loan that we're dealing with. And I'm in my capital raise phase as well. So let me know if you all have any questions. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any more questions, definitely leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if I can't answer them in a simple answer, then I will do my best to shoot a video and let you all know. So until next time, guys, always remember that the best type of wallet to have is always a wealthy one. Bye, guys.